At 21, I became seriously ill, and for a month or two, doctors had no idea what was wrong. Every night I'd wake up drenched in sweat and I was losing weight fast. One of the first doctors I spoke to thought it could be glandular fever. Unfortunately, she was wrong. I started to become quite short of breath and I was sent for an x-ray. At first they thought it was pretty standard for someone that was my age. My right lung had collapsed. Again, unfortunately, it wasn't quite as simple as this. The consultant that finally diagnosed me saved my life. I actually had a large tumour on the right hand side of my chest and that had caused my right lung to collapse. I remember the day I was diagnosed like it was yesterday. The doctor sat me down, I was with my parents and he said, "Nick, we found something and I'm afraid to say it's suspicious." Within a few hours, I was blue lighted in an ambulance to a specialist hospital in London, which wasn't too far from where I lived. Believe it or not, getting cancer was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I was lucky, it was treatable, and after 4 months of chemotherapy, they managed to remove it. Up to that point, I was wasting my life. I actually felt like success was owed to me and it was just going to happen someday. I was very, very wrong. You've got to go out and get it. A year or so after my recovery, I started building online businesses. And my first venture, I'm not afraid to say, failed. It was a giant failure. But my second venture allowed me to quit my full-time job and work for myself full-time. The business model that worked for me was called Amazon FBA. And because of the nature of it, I was able to build up my business whilst I was still working full-time. Now, I don't think I'll ever stop selling products online. I love it way too much. eBusiness Boss is my next venture and I've got one goal in mind. I want to build the biggest and best community of Amazon sellers. People like me that are in the same spot that want to leave their job and build their own online business. I had plenty of help from people on the internet when I first started building businesses, and now I want to do the same thing. If you want to learn, you should join my free community. You'll find all of my links in the usual place. Thanks for listening to my story.